I felt like tonight was set up for the upset. I felt like the upset could happen tonight with so much on the line, all the records that Islam has, and he's going to break Anderson Silva's record. There's weight classes for a reason. Ian Garry is a big, rangy, strong guy who has great takedown defense. I mean, if you look at his takedown defense tonight against Islam, it was impressive. I felt like I think that Ian is a talented guy. If he had even an ounce of killer instinct in that 5th round, you know, he had been beating him to the body. Islam's whole, I think, right side was beat up. His face was beat up. You don't come out and hug and shake hands in the fight. That shit drives me fucking crazy when there's so much at stake. And there's also, you know, a lot of mental, you know, gamesmanship, whatever you want to call it in this game. You come out in that 5th round with a flying knee or something crazy and you try to finish the fight. I think that this is one of those fights that Ian will go back and watch and say, fuck, wish I could do that over again.
Would you agree going into the 5th round, it almost looked like Ian was actually the fresher man, like Islam had more?
100%. And, you know, if he came out and tried to destroy and win that last round, you know, with everything that he had, I think it's a totally different fight. And then he gives Islam that explosive, you know, he exploded up and got his back. And once he took his back and put the hooks in, that was a wrap. He's going to ride that out till the round ends.
Yeah. I felt like this.
But, and, you know, that's how I felt. But on the Islam side, Islam went out, you know, the complete opposite now, against a bigger, strong, rangy guy who has good takedown defense, controlled him, shut him down. I don't know if he was in his head, and Ian felt like he had to come out and shake hands in the 5th round or whatever, but, you know, Islam did exactly what he needed to do to win that fight.
Yeah. Do you feel like what Islam is now doing at welterweight is more impressive than anything he's done before because it's quite clear that maybe this isn't his completely natural division?
When you go in there, you know, if you're at the weigh-ins or when I went in after the fight and Ian Garry came over and shook my hand, Ian Garry's handshake is like a fucking vice grip, you know, and he is a big, powerful, rangy guy. And, you know, for Islam to go in and do what he did to him tonight, you know, physical and mental. Yeah.
Was you and Ian had a long conversation after the fight? What were you guys talking about?
Yeah, he's just like, listen, I know I'm one of the best in the world, and, you know, I'll be back. This isn't going to, you know, yeah. Well, 5 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, if you'd have come out of that fucking corner like a raging fucking bull, you know, we might be having a different conversation right now.
Do you feel like Ian's too nice to his opponents? At the press conference, he wanted to build Islam up. He's been nice about him all week.
I think that Ian's a classy guy is what I think. And, you know, he always shows class. He did, you know, before the fight, he goes over and shakes, you know, all the corners' hands and all that stuff. It's great. But when that fucking bell rings, you got to switch. You got to switch all that shit off and go. And you definitely got to do it in the 5th round after the, you know, he fought a great fight against Islam, who, you know, everybody in this room and everybody else is saying, well, we might start talking about GOAT. You don't go shake the fucking GOAT's hand going into the 5th round. You come out to fucking annihilate him. I mean, that just has to be your mindset, in my humble opinion.
Can I get your thoughts on the co-main event between Mackenzie and Jillian Robertson?
So I'm a Jillian fan, and you know, I was talking about, you know, Joe Daddy Stevenson and BJ Penn. I was way off on that one. I was actually surprised at how much Mackenzie dominated her on the ground and on the feet.
And then going to the, I don't know if you were even here, but the first fight of the night, Jeremiah Wells, his opponent Misabek Orbai opened up as like a -1,000 favorite.
Yeah, and he won a bonus tonight too.
Apparently he used to work here back in the day, and then now he's kicking off. He was kind of on the fence about retirement. He says he wants a top 15. If he probably doesn't get like a more upward trajectory of his career, he might step away. Have you guys got any clarification on?
How old is he? He's
pushing 40.
Yeah. Tonight was an incredible win for him. He comes back here at that age, wins in spectacular fashion, and gets a huge bonus, and, you know, it's awesome.
Hey Dana, can you clarify the bonuses? There were two Johnsons on the card. One had a Scottish twister, and the other one had a big knockout. So
Yeah, Charles.
Okay, Charles Johnson. Thanks.
Dana, right here. Can you just expand a little bit more on how impressive what Islam did tonight is? I mean, 17 straight wins. Anderson Silva's run ended in 2013, I think, and it's been 13 years for someone to exceed that. Like, how hard is this?
Yeah, and it's very hard. And if he keeps going like he says he's going to keep going, I mean, it might never be beaten, at least while I'm alive. So it's very impressive what he did. And again, in my thoughts on how Ian performed tonight, so like I said, you can flip that whole script and then drop it on Islam on how impressively he beat a big, strong, rangy guy who was doing damn good work. Islam did everything he needed to do to beat this guy. And like I said, there's weight classes for a reason. And tonight's matchup was a perfect example of that.
And it seems like the next one could maybe be the hardest one yet. You guys had, Prochas and Morales on the screen. Is it just obviously Tuesday you'll go back and kind of discuss who might be the front runner?
Yeah.
Carlos says he's been promised it. Morales was the backup.
Yeah, I know. He was telling me, I'm coming in there after the fight. I said, yeah. Just let Islam have his moment. And, we don't need you running in there with the whole fucking Muslim Brotherhood in here tonight. We don't need that shit. Let's just let's pump the brakes and see what's next.
Yeah. Well, you guys showed Usman Nurmagomedov on the broadcast as well. Is there any update on talks with him or anything in that regard with him?
I mean, if we did, we'd announce it.
Sure. And lastly, there was 8 finishes tonight, and at this point of the year, there's been the most finishes, highest finishing rate since 2018 in the UFC. Is that just coincidence? Is that matchmaking, or do you think the finish bonus has maybe
I think
changed
it's a
things?
little bit of everything. Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hey, Dana, over here. So, Dana, this was the UFC's first show in Philadelphia in over 7 years. What did you think of the crowd tonight, and how quickly do you want to come back here to Philly?
Yeah, I mean, I love Philly. I love this city. I always have fun here at other sporting events, too, not just ours. So, yes, we will be back sooner than this run that we were on here. But, COVID's a big part of that, too. So it's not just because we didn't want to come back to Philly or something. COVID was a huge part of that. To come in here again, sell out, and think about this. Now, everybody's spoiled with UFC because we sell out every fucking show and it's blah, 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 blah. We're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania with a Russian Muslim and an Irish kid. And we do a $7 million gate and we shatter the fucking record here. The biggest event that's ever been held here, we beat it by $2 million. It's crazy. Unheard of before. If you fought in Philly, you'd have to have a guy from Philly in the main event. And, it's pretty impressive.
And last one from me is, since you also oversee Zuffa as well, when do you think Zuffa will become to Philadelphia as well, since you just recently brought them to New York?
Yeah, soon. Yeah, I actually can't wait to bring Zuffa to Philly. Yes, sir. Go ahead. My guy right here with the glasses, yeah.
Me? Oh, yeah. Dana, so another banger for the flyweight division. Eduardo Chapolin took the fight on 4 days' notice. Charles Johnson gets dropped, comes back with a Scottish twister. What's the ceiling for this flyweight division? Because it just seems to be getting better and better.
Yeah, I know that the boys, meaning the matchmakers, they've been working on all the divisions right now. We're working on some fun shit in our Tuesday get-togethers. So over the next year, you're just gonna see all the divisions just getting nastier and nastier. And then obviously we're in another contender series season right now, so it's gonna be a fun 9 weeks coming up.
Awesome. And one more from me. Do we have any update on Zhang Weili? Because a lot of people are interested in that fight with Mackenzie Dern potentially.
Yeah, I agree. No, we don't have anything on her. Yeah, we're still working with her. Love her and hope she comes back soon. Go ahead. Yep. Guy with the mic. Yeah. Oh.
Dana?
All right, I'll shut the fuck up. Lene's running
Right
the
behind
show.
the last guy.
Yeah. Go ahead.
To go back on what he was saying about being 7 years since you've been to Philly, it's been 7 years since you've been to Minneapolis. Any news on coming to Minneapolis anytime soon?
Yeah. I don't know off the top of my head, but yes.
And then I met a German tourist here that came just for this fight, and he would like me to ask you when you're coming to Germany, maybe shortly after Minneapolis.
You ran into a German guy that wanted you to ask me when are we going to Germany?
Yes, he said you can sell out any stadium in Germany, that the promotion there sells out all the arenas, and they are nothing compared to you. So,
All right. Duly, thank you. Yeah. Fuck, what was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you something. Yeah, I don't know.
Right here.
But thank you.
Edson Barboza retired tonight after like 15 years fighting for the UFC and everything. What is his legacy to you in this company?
He's such a great kid, and he's been in so many wars. And yeah, I mean, we really like him. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say other than he's an absolute savage. Been awesome having him, fight in this company, and we really respect him and like him a lot.
And one for me, the GOAT status thing, right? Especially when it comes to Islam. There was a lot of talk of like maybe he's got some more work to do and all that. After the night, what other boxes do you think he needs to check to be considered the GOAT?
Well, I don't know what your opinion is, meaning all of you, but, if he didn't have that one loss on his record, it'd almost be a no-brainer. And this kid wants to fight all the time. He stays active. And after tonight and what he did tonight, he talks about, 3-4 more fights. And so I think what you do is you just let this guy's career play out. And it's almost like what I keep saying about Zuffa boxing, Judge us at the end of this year, January of 2027. It's like when Islam's career is winding up and starting to wrap up, the more fights he keeps winning and the things he keeps got, the records he keeps breaking, it'll all speak for itself.
Dana, way back here. Obviously, Khabib was in Islam's corner. There's a little bit of footage as well of him putting the gloves on. Is there maybe a chance you could have another little conversation with him about thinking about doing one more?
Khabib? Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Not even worth the chat, no?
Listen, when he was trying to retire, I was all over that fucking guy. I don't think you'll get him back now. Plus, he's got to weigh like 225 or something. Yeah, he's got a good life. I don't think he's looking to fight anymore.
Speaking of people with good lives and from that kind of era, Conor McGregor got the surgery done. I suppose what's your you were over in Ireland, you were at the pub, and I know that you were on FaceTime with him as well when he had that whole thing with Makhachev and Turkey and everything. What's kind of the latest on the Mac?
He's out for a year.
What's weird about this is like he breaks the gate record, massive event, like it's the biggest event, most concurrent viewers on Paramount, and then you just immediately move on. You're like, yeah, not concerned about him.
How do you immediately what?
Like you're immediately like, yeah, not concerned about him. Not even thinking about him until next year. How are you able to just move on?
Why
so
would
quickly?
I though? The guy just had surgery.
But would you not be
What do you
on
want
the
me
phone
to?
going, like,
Well, what we're thinking about is maybe in a year from now when he starts thinking about it, who the fuck knows what the world's even going to look like a year from now?